Hello, everyone, and welcome. I've just got a delivery in the last 2 days, I guess, and it is the Wizard of Oz, as you can see there. So, if you want to join me and see this deck, I pre ordered it, so I had to wait a long time. But it's here, and it's time for us to have a look. So, let me adjust the camera and we'll get going. Okay, this is another Insight Editions deck, and it is a really pretty box in that for me, a lot of the characters have the resemblance to what I remember in the movie and growing up and watching this every fall. It looks quite delightful. I wish I had some poppies to place around the table today. But I didn't. I have roses. So you can see on the side there that that's a pretty good rendition of the good witch. And then there's the bad witch. She looks a little younger than what I remember, but it's nice to have the broom and the way it sweeps across to the Wizard of Oz. And on the back, you get to see a little bit. If you've had Insight Edition cards before, this looks similar to the layouts of the other decks. And it's going to come with a booklet for us. And it suggests that we'll be able to explore our past, present, and future along the yellow brick road. Fully illustrated, original illustrations that match the characters from the film with classic tarot archetypes. Now, I did see on here the author, there we go, written by Erica Davis and illustrated by David Ortu. So this is probably going to appear on the card suits. That'll be interesting. So let's get this wrapper off and see what's inside. Now, it does have the thumb holes. It's much easier than a previous deck of mine last week trying to get open. Pleasant colors. The sage green is quite nice. Our little ribbon to pop it all out. And, that's the Wicked Witch's Diary. Oh, that's going to be fun. I even like the title of it. So that's one of the spreads. So card 1 is the ruby slippers. Let's just see. Constantly the object of the Wicked Witch's desire, the ruby slippers are what you believe is the cause of the situation that's troubling you. Ooh, and the crystal ball is number 2. And it says, I'm going to read past the camera there. Constantly, the second card sheds light on what you actually need. Card number 3 is the plight, and 4 is the thorn, and 5 is the blocked door. So 5, that seems interesting. The 5th card points out in no uncertain terms the next best step for unlocking the solution to your problems. Ooh, pretty. We get about the author, the illustrator, and is there any other spreads? Yes, the twister. So you got the stranger, the idea, the wind, the helper, the backup. This is quite a big spread. Wow. The cow. This storm is going to get worse before it gets better, and take the 6th card as your sign for how to be as unbothered by any upcoming complications as the flying cow. Oh yeah, I remember that. Should you be so lucky as to pull the page of brooms for this card, the goal in question is guaranteed to be successful. Okay, number 7 would be the something wicked. That's a complication that the cow tried to warn you about. 8, try to exhale. And 9, landfall. The ninth and final card in this reading is the outcome of your plan, should you heed the 8 previous cards. So it's sort of like a Celtic cross, but a little bit different shape. And you've got your 3 cards where you're tapping into, it looks like the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion for advice. If this is the backs, I don't know if I'm going to be too thrilled with that coloring. It shows you how to prepare and read. So that's that. Okay, so we are getting some really good size full color images with scenes that we'd be familiar with, I hope, from the movie years ago. I never did see this as a play, but that would be fun. So there is the Queen of Spears, the Wicked Witch. Okay, so the book looks really nice. Okay, that's that. Now, let's see, the cards are not in plastic. They're just set in here. And that is our backs. So let's take a look. So these have all the symbols that we saw earlier scattered around in the browns and the same on the lid. So that fits nicely together. Now, how to prep these? Well, let's take a look at the backs. So I guess that's the palace, the castle, and you got your poppies on either side. Interesting, not my favorite color, but let's just lay them out and take a look. Okay, that gives you a little peek of the way they've switched things up. Now, the bricks are your earth, your spears are your air, your brooms are your fire, and your cans are the water. And it looks like the colors change throughout. And this is the majors over here. So I'm going to pop it into a stand so we get a better look. And that was the backs. So hang tight. Now the sequence that it comes out of the box in is the one I'm going to be showing. And there is our King of Bricks. So those are our pentacles. Now, is there any details I can point out here? This seems to be a cameo on some wallpaper there. You can see out the window. Beautiful. I'm trying to see in the corners here what these are. I guess little brown flowers. So let's follow along in the book, and that might help a bit too. Okay, so this suggests that you're looking at the King of Bricks, which is Uncle Henry. So he certainly has an undercurrent of paternal protectiveness and concern for his niece. Okay, but catching a glimpse of that edge is a rarity. This kingly person makes achievements seem effortless, which can be misleading and even disheartening to an outsider who knows little of the work he's put in. It's a word of caution to not compare yourself to this king without knowing his full story. It's one he is more than happy to share. You just need to ask. Well, you know, it seems like the wording is going to be refreshing, kind of liking the background that they're going to be giving us for the cards. So let's go on. There she is, the Queen of Bricks, which is Glinda, the Good Witch. And our Knight of Bricks, the trusty Knight of Bricks, someone methodical, and can and will inspire you. Let the Emerald City cabbie's jovial countenance inspire you to look at things a little less seriously. Very nice. It's like the horse of many different colors. There is the Page of Bricks. And the Winky Guard is motivated by many things, including fear. Ooh. The Ace of Bricks. So it moves through the quartz and then into the smaller numbers of our suits. So this one talks about the goal you have set for yourself. Is it reasonable? Is it achievable? The 2, to get your professional priorities straight. And it looks like she's ready to grant a wish there, bring things into balance. There's a bit of an infinity symbol as well. And that's the Good Witch. They're kind of thick cards. A little bit glossier than some of the Insight ones that I have. And I'm hoping the glare is not too bad, but it is kind of a bright card anyway. So there's our 3 of Bricks. That collective effort. Ooh, the monkey, the blue monkey. So there's our 4, and it asks you to consider your resources and what's at risk. Our 5, and there we get to see the bad witch in the background. The 6, and it suggests you're giving a little bit too much. You might need to balance some things. Our 7, that call for patience. Yeah, he looks a little bit sad and distraught there in the poppy field, like his walking cane. Oh, nice one. We have a female doing the 8 of Bricks. Well done. And it just says your success may not have been noticed yet, but just keep working at it. And there is our 9. And she's got that hand up like, ooh, the work. I can't stand the turmoil. But the 9 of Bricks, it signals an expression of gratitude. Have you been recognized for your recent success? She's certainly been working hard. Our 10. And it even gives you reversals in the deck, which is nice. So you've hit a milestone here. You've got some success. Ooh, the King of Spears. So we're starting then with the wands. And he looks pretty nice. So let me just find that one in the book. And we'll be off. Okay, so yes, that is our cowardly lion. And he wears his badge of courage. I don't see it there. But definitely a prominent figure and someone to accept good counsel from. The Queen of Spears, the Wicked Witch of the West. Well, she does say that in the book you cut through the gossip and you get to the dark heart of the matter, which is the Queen. Cut the crap and let's get on to it. Knight of Spears. And that seems to be like a talking tree. It's the angry apple tree. Maybe there's a need to protect yourself. We have the Page. And this one suggests looking at your mindset, your motivations, and maybe rethink a few things. Our Ace. I'm just trying to look at all the symbolisms they have here. There seems to be something more in that, like a figure almost. If I can get it in focus here. Interesting. Okay, there's our ace. Action-oriented, a call to arms. Our 2, oh, I love that too. That would be anti-M, wouldn't it? Avoid particularly troubling situations, but a decision must be made. Weigh your options. The 3 almost looks like an apple with a clock inside it. The pain is real and proportional to what you have been through. Ooh, I like those meanings. Our 4, a time of mental rest and renewal might be needed. That's a pretty card. Okay, our 5 of spears. So it looks like he's got all of the energy trapped within his paws there. And these 2 are like, yeah, what about us? So if you've been wrong, you might need to apologize. And if you've been hurt, maybe forgiveness is needed. Our 6, there might be a troublesome situation. And try to envision your true north. Once you have that vision, let every choice be in service to the positive change forward. Oh, look at this guy. Sneakiness. So this is my Sneaky Pete card always. And he thinks he's getting away with something there. The 8. And Glinda looks a little bit fearful there. Fear takes many shapes and reflects the qualities we do not like in ourselves. You need to get a grip. Beautiful. Like that one. So that is our 9. And though she's fearful, maybe the rest is in order. Take some time. Think things through. And there's our 10. So even though he's the cowardly lion and he proves great strength at the end, it says in here there's some times when you do not need to be the hero. Maybe get out of your head. Someone might be attacking, stabbing you in the back. Maybe accept what has happened and release from it. Move forward. Okay. So pausing again. Yeah, killing one of those lights gives us a better, less glaring type look of like the white and the colors in the background here are really jarring. So this is the fire suit, the King of Brooms, very much like fall. You've got the tall corn husks there, you got the pumpkin. So this is the king delegating tasks and making difficult decisions. It's interesting how they go to such different colors. So that is our queen, and that is Miss Gulch, a confident, outspoken character. It suggests it may indicate that you too may be about to be visited by a strong presence. Ooh, to me, if it's the colors like that, I would be thinking maybe an ancestor. It just has that old look to me that maybe that information coming through is from someone from the past. Our Knight of Brooms, great card. Representing someone in your life who is passionate and has a force to be reckoned with. And we switch colors again. Page of Brooms. There's the cow flying. Let the sweet bovine's calm detachment soothe your own rushing thoughts. Yeah, but she's in the middle of a tornado. Okay, our Ace of Brooms. Looks like there's a harvest going on here. It's a representation of the fire and being able to single-handedly be responsible for inspiring willing minds, even on the dullest days. And the Two of Brooms, quite a smug look on his face. Focus, commitment. That's a good one too. I like that. The Three of Brooms. Our Four. Being willing to take a big step forward towards success and celebrate. Except they don't really look like they're celebrating there. Okay, the Five, we got some talking trees again. That challenging moment. Our Six of Brooms, well, that's usually a victorious card. And it says, possibilities, things are progressing, and possibly faster than you realize. Seven of Brooms, things look a little bit out of hand there. It does actually bring quite a lot of the card's meaning visually. I think that's great. So it does show challenges, but if you stay on target, you might just get where you need to get to. The Eight of Brooms. The card of possibilities. For me, it's messages, and messages coming fast. And being ready to take on new opportunities as they're being offered. Nice card. 9. So there is a bit of a struggle there. Growing pains amplified by exhaustion too. Whoopsies. 10 of Brooms. You've hit maximum capacity. I don't think you can hold or take on anymore, but the crows are there watching, waiting. Okay, so now we're going into the water suit. And this was the King of Cans. So let me just grab that one and we'll get started on it. All right, so the King of Cans, it's that Tin Man's belief that, he can make a difference. Our Queen of Cans. Be interesting to see the cards. I think it's all the queens so far have had this nostalgic look to them. Now that one says it's Auntie M. Her concern for her farm, family, and home honor the aspects and compassion of this queen. Indeed. Ooh, there is the version of the Knight of Cups, and he's got his can of oil on the ready. That's cute. Professor Marvel is nothing if not a charmer. When the Knight of Cans appears in your reading, it's a sign to pursue. What makes you feel the desire to chase after this dream? The Page of Cans. Receptivity. Now the Ace of Cans. So there we have that beautiful oil can that gets the Tin Man moving. Our Two of Cans. 3, joy. Now there he looks a little sad. So it says you need some encouragement sometimes to reconnect with what you love. A little sticky there. R5. Now she looks a little bit distraught. Sorrow, despair. But some days are just like that. The 6. That sharing that goes on. Our 7 of cans. That's a beauty. I like that. All the possibilities. Our 8 of cans. Ooh, Salon Day. The 9 of cans. And our 10 of cans. Celebration. So let's take a look also at the majors. Okay, there is our Fool. Dorothy's ready for her adventure. The Magician. Sweet, sweet Glinda. The Empress. The Emperor. Now, they both got the same coloring, so that's good. Again, I keep going back to ancestors when I see that coloring. Oh, and the Pope or the Hierophant has the same coloring. Now, it looks like he's got a hot dog on a stick there. That is just bizarre. I have to see what this one is. Now, here it says Professor Marvel's beliefs and traditions may seem odd, but he still cares for Dorothy. He has quirks, he's trustworthy, and there's much more to him than meets the eye. Still say it looks like a hot dog. Okay, Kindred. Finding someone that's going to help her. The Chariot. That's quite nice. The Strength card. Let's look at that one. The Chariot. Nope, not the Chariot. The Strength. Strength comes in many shapes and sizes and species. So just as Zeke instinctively reacts saving Dorothy when she falls in the big sty, excuse me, it shows up in a reading when it's time to let your passion, courage, and inner strength step up. Nice. The Hermit. Ooh. Hickory may be a farmhand of few words, but his concern for Dorothy overrides his quiet demeanor. Like that one. 10, the Wheel of Fortune. Beauty. Justice. Ah, there's the witch's feet underneath. The Hanged Man. Death. Look at the hand on top. She controls everything. And these little bat wings underneath. Temperance. It burns. I'm melting. The Devil. The Tower. So there is our Tower card. Swept away. The Star. Little sprinkling of magic there. The Moon. Really, really nice card. And I like the little bats around the bottom for the support. The Sun. She just has to click those little heels together and return home. Judgment. And the World. Well, I'm glad that there's definitions for the minors. The majors, easier to read. And I'm sure I'll get the hang of the minors as well. So, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that. I've always loved the story of the Wizard of Oz. And let's just take a few and place it down on the table. So that gives you a little look at the cards in a possible spread, just so you can see how they're going to look. Probably a dark cloth would be best with these. So have a fabulous day, and if you've been waiting for this deck, I hope it arrives soon.